My father died waiting for a heart transplant we couldn't afford. 6 months later, I watched my mother hand an envelope of cash to the boy who made my life a living hell. The surgery only had a 20% success rate, she whispered, staring at the floor as she rationalized the betrayal. We would have been in debt for 30 years for a man who was already half gone. Kangdae is a trainee. He's our only chance to actually get out of this gutter. At least he can make us proud. At Jungsan High, I was the pig. I spent my lunch breaks in the third-floor stall, because the cafeteria was a pretty-only zone. The teachers treated the bullying like weather. You don't stop the rain. You just tell the person getting soaked to move. Kangdae was the rain. With my father's life insurance, he bore a perfect idle face. But even with the new jawline, he was twitchy. He'd kick my shins and check his reflection in the hallway. Windows every 5 seconds. Terrified a single pimple would ruin his debut. He wasn't just a bully. He was a fraud who knew his talent was mid and his face was stolen. I didn't find a magic box of gold. I found my father's old emergency tin beneath the rose bushes, but it only had enough for 3 months' rent. I disappeared for a year. I worked 14-hour shifts at a construction site by day and a warehouse by night. I lived in a Gossawan so small I couldn't fully extend my legs. I saved every one, living on expired convenience store triangles, until I could afford the one clinic that specialized in reconstruction. The transformation wasn't a montage. It was a year of braces that cut my gums, double jaw surgery recovery where I breathed through a straw for weeks, and shedding 30 kilograms of stress weight. I didn't just get pretty. I trained my posture until I walked with the cold, effortless aura of someone who owned the room. I walked back into Jungsan High on a Tuesday. The hallway didn't freeze like a movie scene. It just slowed down. There were no dropped phones, just a heavy, suffocating silence, as people tried to figure out why the new guy looked like he belonged on a billboard. Kangdae approached me, his hands trembling slightly, a habit he'd picked up since the pressure of his idol debut intensified. He bowed, his invested face tight with anxiety. Hey, you're the transfer? I'm the class president. Let me show you around. I look him straight in his expensive, stolen nose. Sure, I said, my voice steady and unfamiliar. Let's see if this school is worth the investment.